G'day, it's Lindsay Waddington, and today we've got a good mate of mine and one of our iconic figures in Australian country music. He's written some of our greatest songs, and if you listen to his catalogue of songs, it's really like just going through a postcard. It'll teach you about Australia, show you Australia, but then he'll also make you cry too with some of his lyrics. He's just an iconic member, and we're so proud to have him here in Australia. Great to have you, John.
Oh, thanks, mate. It's all been said, now we can go home.
Well, we've got an exciting thing, a new song coming out very soon, haven't we?
Yeah, it's called If You Want to Be an Aussie. I don't pretend I know everything about being an Aussie, but I have a fair idea, so do you.
Yeah.
And we have I think we're a beautiful free country. We respect our women, we respect all colours, all that, and so I thought it was time someone wrote a song about if you want to be an Aussie, just in case you don't know,
And just keep it a free country. That's what we're trying to do, eh? Yeah.
In every way, yeah.
Being an Aussie, and you are a proud Aussie, I know that.
Very proud.
You've had so many opportunities to go overseas.
I'm not nationalistic, I'm just very proud of my own backyard.
You are. We're going to do a bit of a quiz, though.
Oh.
And it's not...
Gulp.
If you come out to Australia and you travel around and you want to be an Aussie, here's the way to go.
Yeah.
Now, these are some things. Now, if I said to you, flat out like a lizard drinking, what do you reckon that'd be?
Going for it, really.
That's it.
Just going for it.
So
well, flat out means you're busy, really, doesn't it?
It does.
You're busy. If you want to hire somebody, you hire someone who's busy.
Yeah.
They're the best people.
You ever put that in a song?
Flat out, it's not my line. It's Crocodile Dundee's, isn't it?
It probably is too.
Well, I don't know, but flat out like a lizard drinking. If you haven't got a cup or something and you're out camping, well, that's what you got to do. You got to drink like a lizard, stick your face in the water, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's what I know.
If you see a lizard, they do sort of...
Yeah.
I better not do it on camera, but...
Haven't you ever... No, just stick your whole face in the water and go...
So if you want to be an Aussie, here's the way to go. Here's another one. If I said, they've gone walkabout.
Well, that describes what the Indigenous do, isn't it? Gone walkabout. I think gone walkabout describes someone who's a bit pissed off with everything and heads off and goes walk, disappears for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Eventually comes back.
Yep. Clear mind, like nothing's ever happened.
Yeah. Go for a walk in the desert, in the forest.
Yeah.
Go walkabout.
Chuck a sickie.
Chuck a sickie, yeah. Well, that's usually about being lazy, isn't it? But
yeah.
Chuck a sickie, yeah. Oh, you want me to answer what that is?
Yeah, you got to tell us.
Well, that's a labourer who gets off work by pretending he's sick.
Probably gone to a John Williamson concert.
Yeah. Chuck a sickie.
Or the cricket.
Yeah, the cricket song, so they chuck a sickie.
Yeah. Head off to the cricket. Charges like a wounded bull.
Overcharging for something, doesn't it? Yeah, like fuel stations,
Yeah.
Yeah, at Christmas time.
You're going to pull a Swiftie, mate.
I pull a Swiftie, yeah. Well, that's a trick, isn't it? Or it's usually about money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It happened to me. I went to Canberra, all the way to Canberra to buy a FJ ute, and he had it up for sale for 21 grand. By the time I got there, it was 26 grand. And he knew I wasn't going to turn around.
That's incredible.
He had me. He chucked a Swiftie. He was shaking at the time too, but I should have said stick it. But anyway.
You should have got there quicker.
I like that ute too much.
Fair dinkum.
Oh, that goes back a long way, I looked up the history of fair dinkum. It was a judge said it to someone who was in the witness box, and the judge said, "Are you fair dinkum? In other words, are you serious? Is it real what you're saying?" And apparently that got in the records and it stuck. That's what I believe. So fair dinkum means that, yeah.
Well, I'll take that.
And in Australia, if you say you're fair dinkum, you better be, otherwise you get a punch in the nose. If you say, are you coming tomorrow, or you're going to pay me the $10 you owe me tomorrow?
Or 25,000 for the year?
Yeah, whatever. And if you say, yeah, fair dinkum, this is going to happen, well, you better be.
Yeah.
In this country, that means a lot.
And we generally
and
throw
if
mate.
I tell you, if I say you're fair dinkum, I'm saying a nice thing about you.
Oh, that's a compliment.
You're true blue. Yep.
Oh, bloody oath.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's fair dinkum, that guy.
Yeah.
Lindsay's fair dinkum.
Thunderbox.
Thunderbox, oh well. Where that goes back to the outside dunny, doesn't it, really?
It does, yeah.
It was a thunderbox, and I suppose there was a certain amount of thunder going on in the box. And by the way, a dunny is a toilet, outside dunny. We used to have an outside toilet, and then the blokes used to come through the lane and take the tin out of the back.
Yeah.
The old thunderbox. In the old days when they used to carry the tins, there used to be a horse-drawn trailer, and we used to say that this trailer had 60 pistons.
Oh, that's actually clever. If I'm going to have a sticky beak, what do you reckon I'd be doing?
Yeah, well, you're sort of a nosy person, aren't you? Because your beak is your nose.
Yep.
And you've stuck it in something and it's got sticky. I don't know where the sticky comes from, honey or something, doesn't it? Like you stuck your nose. I guess it's like a bird sticking its beak in the honey originally, but it means someone who's sticking their nose in everyone's business, basically. And I hate to think what could be on the end of your nose, sticking your nose in someone's business, but that's where the sticky beak comes from.
This is really good for me.
This is a beak.
Yeah, I've been saying these things for years, but see, having you really delve in and explain them, it's actually, they're bringing a lot more meaning.
I haven't failed so far, but I feel it's coming.
No. Sandwich short of a picnic, and don't you even point at me.
That's one of many. That's like a wheelbarrow short of a driveway.
Stubby short of a six-pack, kangaroo loose in the top paddock.
Kangaroo loose in the top paddock. I've heard of something else loose in the top paddock. That's about someone who hasn't got absolute common sense, really. I don't want to be critical of somebody who hasn't quite got
Flogging a dead horse.
Yeah, well, that's trying to push something and you can't make it do anything. It's like stopping you having a pie, really.
A second one.
Stopping you having a second one.
Flogging a dead horse.
Flogging a dead horse, yeah. You're having a hope. Well, I can imagine this. Imagine the picture, someone sitting on a dead horse, flogging it.
This is probably fitting
It's
up.
not going to go anywhere, is it? That'll be a good comic for Larson, I reckon, sitting on a dead horse flogging it.
It would be. Or Yobi Allen.
Yeah, I might do one of those.
Yeah, Yobi might have to do that one. On a good wicket.
On a good wicket, yeah. Well, that comes from cricket, doesn't it? A good wicket is, I don't know if it's good for batsmen or good for bowlers, I must say, a good wicket. I think it means it's a fair wicket. It's good for bowlers, but that's where it originally came from. But if you're on a good wicket also, you got a few quid in your pocket.
Put a sock in it. I think somebody
Leaving
said
yourself wide open there. Put a sock. You know where I think that came from trumpets. Blowing trumpets, someone tell you to put a sock in it,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Muffle it down.
I think they say, yeah, but put a sock in it. I'm sure that's where it came from, yeah. It also means shut up, Yeah. You've had enough to say.
Mad as a cut snake.
Well, you know what? Today I wound up the roller door in the shed, and a snake landed at my feet. It must have been in the roller door, sunning or something. I don't know.
Jesus.
He wasn't mad though. He was very surprised. So I brushed him out of the shed and closed the roller door. I thought, well, you better stay out of the shed. But he was only a whip snake, about this long, If you cut the head off a snake, it'll still move around a lot.
Get your ducks in a row.
Well, that's when you got everything right, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I don't know if it means you can shoot 6 ducks that are in one line or what, I don't know. I'm wondering if it's got something to do with the showgrounds. The ducks are the showgrounds. I shot a duck on the water with a 22 and everyone around me really howled me down. You got to wait for a duck to leave the water before you shoot it. And I thought, that's stupid. I only wanted a duck to eat, but you got to wait. They go up and they go, boom, missed, boom. Stupid as it could have shot the bloody thing on the water. Oh no, wait till it leaves. Boom. This is stupid.
To have a yarn.
Yeah, well, like we're having a yarn. I wonder if that came from old ladies making yarn. And they're talking at the same time. It's like the furphy. You know where the furphy came from? You know how that's a furphy? Something like that's a porky. That's a porcupine bullshit.
Yeah.
That came from the furphy water tanks in the First World War at Gallipoli, and they carried water for the troops, and that with the donkeys pulling them, and they'd all meet together, the guys with the furfies, because that was the name of the tank, and they would tell the stories about each battalion or whatever, and they'd come back to the camp, and that'd be a story, and they eventually became a furphy, and now it's like a bullshit story, a furphy,
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So you read a lot.
No. But I like to collect Aussie things, and the tanks have got good, better, best. Never let it rest until the good is better and then the better, best. That's written on a furphy, on the tank.
Really?
Yeah, you got some education to go, mate, I tell you.
What are you doing next week? I might have to come and hang around with you.
There's one in a little museum halfway up the mountain, actually.
Is it?
Just that part, the first part, yeah.
Might have to try and get one for Willow Shed.
I got a tap off one, that's all I've got. I should give it to the bloke that's got the thing without the tap, shouldn't I?
Or get him to give you that,
Yeah,
without
that's
Willow
better.
Shed.
That's a better idea,
I think
yeah.
that's, which is a great place, Willow Shed. Going to the Big Smoke.
It's probably a bush term because, you know, bush people live out of the city and you go, it's probably more relevant to the old days when there was a lot of factories and stuff.
Like all the chimneys.
Yeah,
and
all the
that.
chimneys in the city, so you're going to the Big Smoke. Pretty simple one, that one.
Gonna just chuck a Yui.
Yeah, well, that's doing a U-turn, probably when you shouldn't. U-turn in your vehicle.
Yeah.
Chucking a Yui probably describes the fact that all of a sudden you're going the wrong bloody way, you know, so you chuck a Yui.
Yeah.
You do a U-turn.
Aussies we abbreviate everything though.
Yeah, I named two, one of them was Amy. I thought, they can't shorten that, so her friends call her Ames. I said, well, if I'd called her Ames, they probably would have called her A.
We got John Williamson here. He's got a great song out called If You Want to Be an Aussie, and we're doing a bit of a fun segment here for if you want to be an Aussie, you live out here in our free country or you're travelling around, these are some things that might help you. And so if you want to be an Aussie, here's the way to go. What's the saying, runs the pants off a kangaroo?
Well, it means it runs faster than kangaroo.
Because they can move.
Well, they can run. Kangaroos can only hop. You ever seen a kangaroo run?
No, I haven't.
No. Ever seen an emu hop? No, I haven't either.
Well, I suppose that's...
But I don't know. I think an emu is faster, but some smartass out there will tell me I'm wrong.
Got a couple now that you might hear around the pub after a few beers and that. Useless as... Useless as tits on a bull.
Oh, yeah, useless. Well, that says everything, doesn't it, really? Yeah, useless as tits on a bull, yeah.
Well, I don't know whether you've heard this one, but I've used it a couple of times. I'm as dry as a dead dingo's donger.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah, that's a good one. I think that says itself. It means you like a beer. Did you tell me the one about the cucumber?
Yeah. Have you used it, though?
Oh, yeah. Not on stage.
Terrible, really.
Yeah, that's shocking.
We've been having a bit of a yarn and a bit of fun with John Williamson. New single out now. It's called If You Want to Be an Aussie.
Cut.
Cut. Yeah, chop, chop.